Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Here I solve LeetCode problems and prepare to the code interview. Today's problem number 2482, difference between ones and zeros in row and column. You are given a zero index m to n binary matrix grid, a zero index m to n difference matrix diff is created with the following procedure. Let the number is ones is the I row be one row I. Let the number of ones in the j's row be ones called j. Let the number of zeros in the I row be zeros row I, and let be number of zeros in the j column be zeros called j. So the total formula will be diff of I and j equals to sum of ones minus sum of zeros of rows and columns. It sounds quite difficult, but actually not. So we can solve it quite straightforward. We need to go through all items in the initial matrix and save count of ones and zeros in four one dimension list for ones and zeros calls of and rows, and finally go through all items again and fill the result matrix. Let's do it. First of all, let's calculate the dimension of matrix. Columns and rows. Columns, its length of matrix grid, and columns its length of first row matrix grid. And now let's create four one-dimension arrays for ones and zeros, columns and rows. So row ones equals to a list with 0 multiply to number of items, number of rows, and make it for row zeros, call ones, and call zeros. For column, use number of columns. Now we have four one-dimension lists which we will fill later, and we need a result variable with zeros. Multiply to number of rows, number of columns for each row. Now we need to go through initial matrix. It's quite simple. And for each item, check if it's 1 or 0. So its current item is 1. Increment ones lists for I and call once list for j. Also do the same for zeros. And finally, we need to go through initial array again and fill result variable. To fill result variable, we just use the formula. So it's sum of ones variable minus zeros variables. So that's it, and return result. Check tests. Something wrong for yeah, small mistake. Check again. Now it should work. Yeah, test passed, submitted. Yes, it works and quite effective, and you can see it has time complexity of n square, so it's quadratic. The time complexity is quadratic because we have two nested loops, and it doesn't matter that we have two pairs of nested loops, because in this case it's also a quadratic complexity. So the memory complexity it's also quadratic because we created a variable result which has the same dimension as initial matrix grid. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.